Lord help us. Some people should be in jail for this.
First, I want to a little disclaimer that I wear my heart on my sleeve, so please don't mind my voice shaking while I speak. I want to thank the Federal Trade Commission for inviting me to speak today. I'm grateful for the chance to share my story because I believe that what happened to me and what's still happening to so many others is an urgent matter of consumer protection and fraud. My name is Claire, and I'm a detransitioner. A week after I turned 14 years old, I was put on testosterone by Dr. May Lau at Cook Children's Hospital in Dallas, Texas. 6 months later, Dr. Alan Doolin with the American Institute for Plastic Surgery in Plano performed a double mastectomy on me. I was too young. I was too young to get a tattoo. I was too young to drive. I hadn't even learned, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. I hadn't even learned algebra in high school yet. But I was old enough to choose to have healthy parts of my body electively amputated. I was sold a product, medical transition, by professionals and institutions who told me that it would fix my distress and save my life. I was told that if I didn't do this, I would probably end up dead. But here's what they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me that taking cross-sex hormones and undergoing major surgery at 14 years old could leave me with pelvic floor dysfunction and urinary incontinence, problems I have to manage now as a young adult. I'm only 20 years old. They didn't tell me that these complications are common enough to be known risks, and yet they were hidden from me at an age where I didn't even understand what these terms meant, let alone the impact they would have on my daily life. And it doesn't stop there. When I tried to warn others by leaving honest reviews on my surgeon's websites, describing my regret, the complications, the lack of real informed consent, my reviews were deleted. Think about that. A surgeon permanently altered my healthy body when I was a middle school student and then erased my negative feedback to protect his reputation. If that doesn't sound like fraud, I don't know what does. In any other context, selling a medical product in this way, with half-truths and hidden side effects, would be considered fraud. If a pharmaceutical company pushed a drug on children without disclosing the lifelong damage it can cause, they would be sued out of existence. If a cosmetic surgeon buried evidence of complications, they would be shut down. But when it comes to gender medicine, it's not just allowed, it's celebrated. And anyone who asks questions is called hateful. Every week, I hear from more young men and women like me, people who were convinced as kids or as teenagers that the only way to survive was to become a lifelong medical patient. We now live with the irreversible consequences, the scars, the side effects, the pain, and the grief. And we watch helplessly as the same professionals and clinics keep selling the same product to the next generation of vulnerable kids while silencing those of us who speak out. Let me be clear. It is not in my wheelhouse to say that no one should ever transition. I'm here to say that when you sell a product, especially one that removes healthy body parts and alters your life forever, the consumer deserves the whole truth. They deserve honest disclosure of all of the risks, possible outcomes like regret, and alternative treatment options. They deserve the right to share their negative experiences without being censored. At 14, I trusted the adults who were supposed to protect me. Instead, they sold me a dream that turned out to be a nightmare. That's not healthcare, it's blatant consumer fraud. I want to thank the FTC and those in the audience again for giving people like me a seat at the table. Please hold these providers and pharmaceutical companies to the same standards as any other industry. We need real informed consent, we need oversight, and we need to make sure that no more kids are sold a product they can't return. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your tremendous courage, Claire.